Hey everyone, I'm Army Gaming, welcome back to my channel and welcome to Monster Legends. So let's continue this Nemesis Survival Dungeon commentary video. So I'm at 16% complete. I'm going to do nodes 6 through 10. So we're going to go right into it with my exact same team of Ruby, Sammy, and Faraday. And by the way, the reason there's 9 hours left and 32 minutes remaining on this video is because this was recorded with the previous Nemesis Survival Dungeon. If you're watching this video during the current Nemesis Survival Dungeon, well then just know that this was recorded prior to that. So hopefully they didn't change anything. Hopefully they didn't change any monsters around. So like always, look at the fastest monster. Can I outspeed? Typically the answer is yes. So I'll click fight. And again, lots of my battles are pretty straightforward, which is why I was kind of against doing commentary. But hey, if you guys want it, you guys get it. So we'll hit a Ruby Explosion on Mommy. Whoops, a Ruby Explosion on Mommy. Everyone gets immobilized. We will Samurai Warrior. So what I would really recommend for you guys, for those of you that are looking into getting Nemesis, definitely look into getting a Ruby and definitely look into getting a Sammy. These two monsters will help you go a long way. As for your third monster, I really recommend Warthog. Warthog is incredible. He has a skill, I don't know why the skill does this. It removes positive effects before dealing damage. And I know a lot of monsters do that in the current game, in the current meta of monsters. But when the Nemesis monsters were released, monsters really weren't supposed to do that. So I think it's kind of a bug with Warthog. It shouldn't be the case, but Social Point just kind of kept it. Like, it's kind of how, for those of you that remember Darman's pet who would apply the fire weakness before dealing fire damage, that wasn't supposed to be the way it worked, but that's how it ended up being, and they actually did fix it. Well, with Warthog, it's the exact same thing. Oh, look here, I did not immobilize them, so that's always the scary part, when I fail to immobilize, and then I could almost lose. Alright, that's frightening. Let's do lane odds, and then everyone else will die with DOT, so I'll just recharge. Avenger Sword, Healing Amulet. Oh, he'll stay alive, but he's possessed. And I don't have damage skills. I could attack, but I don't want to waste stamina. Let's waste a Pesty so I don't waste stamina. And I guess we'll just do Ruby Explosion since I can recharge. So recharge, and... oh wait, another healing. Alright, still possessed? Really? Ignition, possession. I felt like that was 3 turns. What do I want to do? Recharge, lane odds. And then no more healing for you. Recharge, and you are dead. Perfect. The one thing I always worry about when doing my Nemesis Survival Dungeons is that the game is going to kick me out and I automatically lose my monsters. It's happened to me in the past, and I contacted Social Point and I'm like, hey Social Point, this happened to me. I was doing my Nemesis Survival Dungeon, the game kicked me out. I went back into the game, I lost my monsters. I missed out on like 600 orbs in the Diamond Relic, and all they did was like, here's 40 gems. And I'm like, what? 40 gems? Really? That's it? When I missed out on like all these orbs and the Diamond Relic? So that's always one of my biggest fears, but hopefully that doesn't happen, and at least I have actual recorded footage that I'm going through it, and yeah, we'll see what happens. So a lot of these, again, straightforward. Highly recommend for those of you that are looking into investing into a Nemesis monster, Ruby and Sammy. And then, oh, Sammy the Plague Carrier. By the way, Plague Carrier has this Samurai Warrior skill, which costs no stamina. The other Sammys don't have that. And then Ruby, like, whenever anyone talks about Zyron, we only ever really call Zyron Ruby because that's what we're used to. Like, Ruby is the super powerful of all the Zyrons. So that's why whenever someone says Zyron the Ruby, or that's why people just say Ruby instead of Zyron the Ruby, everyone knows we're referring to her. Whereas with Sammy, I say Sammy because to me, I love Sammy the Plague Carrier, but Sammy the Fever Scatter is also very good, especially if you're looking for an attacker Sammy, especially if you're looking for a Sammy that can kill another Sammy, because the light one is actually very powerful. Here, let's do lane odds and finish this off. Oh, I missed. We'll recharge, we will do a recharge, and I guess we'll Ruby Explosion. And he'll die with DOT, recharge. Ooh, death is not the end. Yeah, anytime I can ult, I'm gonna ult. So bye-bye Igneous, and on to the next node we go. I believe node number 10 doesn't really have any restrictions. I think it just blocks Resurrection, which is a restriction all across the board nowadays. So that's not a big deal. So node number 10 should be easy. And then node number 15, I'm gonna have to look at my previous video just to see what the condition is for that. So right before the orbs, I get 15 gems. That's always nice. And let's see, we have a Varna who is immune to stun, but that should be no problem. So let's do this. Protection Amulet. Let's do Ruby Explosion. Everyone gets immobilized. Samurai Warrior. And lane odds. Bam, bam, bam. Then there was one. I'm going to recharge. Does he have any healing amulets or anything? He has an energy trap and a protection amulet. So nope, let's hit Pesty because I love hitting Pesty for extra DOT damage. Recharge, and he is dead. So on to the final node of this video. Spin the roulette wheel, hope for gems. I feel like I typically never get gems until like the very last few nodes. Like from memory, it's always been that way. So 300 orbs are at stake. Let's do this. And I'm always a little more careful when it comes to these nodes because these are the nodes where stuff could potentially go wrong. Like if I look at Zyron the Emerald, immune to possession and 30% chance to not get hit with negative effects. If I look at Hydrotilla, he's immune to freeze. And then Sammy, I believe he has Bulwark, so 50% chance to not get immobilized. So I think what I'm going to do for this battle is swap out, if I can, swap out my level 10 speed for a life. No, sorry, vice versa, swap out my life for a speed so that Sammy can go 8-1, 4-9, 8-4. So he's still not fast enough, but this is when you strategically activate your Ruin Guard. And fortunately for me, Fortunately for me, we also have a war that's going to start in a couple hours, so it works out fine because I would have needed that Ruin Guard for the war anyhow. So let's go to dungeons. Oh, check out how many orbs I have. I have, let me exit out. I have 19,000 orbs right now. So if I'm able to successfully, if I'm able to successfully go through this Nemesis survival dungeon, I should have 20,000. And then, well, by the time you guys see this video, I would have probably already used them. But if not, I would have asked you guys can help me decide what should I get. Do I go for the Thalassa? Do I get another monster, another War Master ranked up? But anyhow, let's continue. Sammy is now at 8,567, so he is faster. So in case I miss denial, I can churn transfer, and it is a pretty straightforward battle. So again, it's all about being strategic. It's all about working with what you have. So battle condition blocks resurrection, which again, like that doesn't even matter to me. We are going to do Ruby Explosion. And we actually landed something on everything, so that's awesome. So I can just do Pesty for that DOT damage. Immobilized, immobilized. Now I can hit the lane odds, and now we can see what's going on. So Sammy is still immobilized. I'm going to Samuel Warrior onto Ruby, and then I'm going to do nothing. Recharge, immobilized, or actually dead. Recharge, recharge again. Ooh, Stardust. I can also do Ruby Explosion. So I think what I'm going to do is Stardust. And let's see how much DOT he takes. How much DOT damage. Not a lot. So Recharge, Ruby Explosion, and no denial. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish him off. Since the next node is going to be easy node anyhow. I don't need to like recharge and make sure my monster are at full stamina. Like I'm pretty much taken care of. Whenever Faraday gets a turn in, that's when I'm going to recover stamina with him. So I'll exit out, and that has been nodes 6 through 10. Up next is going to be, well, obviously 11 through 15. So now I'm at 33% completion, so about a third of the way done. I got to get through Thalassa, I got to get through Warthog. I think this is one of the tougher ones, the Warthog one. I got to get through the Nemesis monster, Gortok, and then Kane and Barbell. But that Flamarion base, I'm going to, hopefully it doesn't give me too much trouble. The problem with that Flamarion base is there's also Tankarion, and if you guys don't know, Tankarion is deadly. Like, there's so many threats on this node right here, so I'm just gonna kind of preface it. When you face this node, Flamarion is a strong attacker, and then I think it's also Timerion who can deny, but then Tankarion, if you don't kill Tankarion, he can heal his team. Not only that, if he gets his ult, there's a chance you lose your monsters, because it's basically like a global stomp. And keep in mind, there is no resurrection. So if you lose a monster, you're done for. So it would suck to go all the way through there and then just get ulted. And then you lose. That would be the worst. And it's tough because if you kill Tankarion first, well then that Flamarion becomes a huge threat. So who do you kill? What do you do? So my typical plan there is to have Ruby just stamina drain, and hope that Tankarion doesn't get an ult. Because I got to make sure Flamarion doesn't attack me. And honestly, if Flamarion gets an ultimate too, that would also be devastating. So here, I'm not going to actually fight, but let me just click fight. So let me see what I have to work with. So I can start planning for that. So I have Talos. I have a Ruby that I can kind of use a throwaway. I have a Skull Crusher. I believe he's the base form. Oh no, Skull Crusher is awesome. Skull Crusher is actually the one I use for that. There's going to be one that we start where there's an enemy Faraday. And the condition starts with cooldowns activated, so having a 0 cooldown powerful earth-based attack is really, really powerful. And I think I always lose them in the round, but it'll be worth it if I end up winning a diamond relic at the end of it too. And then I have the dark version, which, oh wait, this one also has earth-based attacks. Wait, was the other one not the earth-based? This is Mountain Splitter Stroke. Oh wait, yeah, this is a dark one. Oh wait, so the other one, so Mountain Splitter is the good one that I need against Faraday. I think this one is actually the basic one, right? Only earth-based attacks, yeah. But I'll see what I can work with. So this one has 2 slots locked, or I mean 2 slots open, 1's locked. This one's all open, so I might have to give level 10 runes to this monster. But we'll see what happens when it happens. Anyhow, guys, with that being said, that's going to be it for nodes 6 through 10. I hope you guys join me on nodes 11 through 15.